All right, let's get down to business, current events. So first, I would just like to say thank you so much to everyone who has contributed to this channel. All the comments, all the likes, all the dislikes. It's great. I'm having a great time on YouTube. I'm happy to confirm that I have 100 followers. I tried to do a live and it said I had to have like 1,000 subscribers to do it on my phone. I don't feel like doing it on my computer because the audio would be terrible and I just don't want it to be so bad. I want it to be halfway decent for y'all. So I'm just gonna do the 1,000 subscriber live, but I'll provide some answers to whatever questions you have. I check the comment section, so if you have any questions relating to Resident Evil and stuff like that, you can ask them. But today, we're going to be discussing 3 things. First, Capcom's issues with not coming up with their own material. The next one will be E3. And then the last will be the leaks on Resident Evil 9. So let's get started. Capcom is being sued for $12 million. Over 200 infringements are being presented. Judy A. Judy A. Let's just say Judy A. She's a designer who had photos used in Resident Evil 4, Devil May Cry, and other games. I don't know what the other games are, so if you guys know the other games, put it in the comments. Honestly, people need to stop asking victims of abuse and any mistreatment why they take so long. There are over 200 infringements. They can't have a single mistake against these people or it's all over. So don't ask her. Stop asking, oh, why'd you wait this long? Resident Evil 4 came out a long time. So there are over 200 things that she found that they stole. So she's got to come correct or don't come at all. It may have taken a long time. We live in a capitalist society. Big business wins over individuals. People on Twitter defending Capcom like they're giving out jobs to all who throw themselves on the metaphorical sword for them is insane. Literally, this company could care, they could care less about giving Ethan a face. The least they could have done, animated a face. When people do the camera angle thing and take it away, he has no head. That's how you know they don't care. And oh, what's the point of editing a, guess what? They do that on Call of Duty. How hard is it to edit a face and still have the camera on it? People on Call of Duty have faces. So I really don't understand why this is such a big problem. I don't understand why I understand. It's because it's the same reason why Lady Dimitrescu freaking mutated off camera, because she didn't even mutate. They used a different model to show her full mutation. It's disgusting. It's really sad and it's lazy. Stop accepting mediocrity from them. They're taking our money for mediocrity. Just to let you guys know, they're taking our money for mediocrity. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them to steal. I have a video on their inspirations. Link will be in the description. I won't go much into that. All I know is that this isn't the first person, and a lot of people are like, well, just people are coming out of the woodwork. Okay, honestly, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. Stop supporting these people who don't even care about you. Honestly, that's just all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to get into it. Honestly, they don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about their game. They don't care about Leon, Chris, Jill. They don't care about any. They care about Ethan. They care about making things look like Call of Duty, but not even using Call of Duty's game logic. The Call of Duty's way of animating things with a head, despite being first person. They care about cutting corners. They care about money. They care about your money. They don't care about you. As of right now, E3 is coming up. So they're using these accusations for publicity, just saying. They're not commenting, of course. Honestly, there's nothing really to say. It's either true or not true. If they say it's not true and then they get eaten up in court, they're going to look crazy. If they say it is true, they're going to get eaten up. So their best thing to do is not to comment. I honestly hope she gets a large settlement, honestly. I know I really highly doubt that this crap is going to be taken to court. However, it could be because it's been so long, she may have gotten all her ducks in a row. And of course, she's a woman, so a lot of people are going to be going in on that. Ironically, It's pretty interesting because a lot of people, without anything except pictures, not even this man's speech, not even saying anything that this man said, the guy who did Frankenstein's Army, everyone was on his boat, bandwagon. People who liked Resident Evil versus just fans who liked the old age versus new age, alike, getting together talking about, yep, y'all did a oopsies on that, Capcom. What are you gonna do about that, Capcom? They just accepted it. Not only does she have pictures, but she also has her words saying, yeah, this is a problem. And people are like, I don't know why'd she wait so long? Why did she do that, this, that, and the other? And I understand that literally Frankenstein's monsters, creatures, were not even in the trailer, because of course not. They knew that if we saw Heisenberg's factory, we would be like, what is this crap? They strategically put Lady Dimitrescu's castle as if it was going to be the main focus of the whole game, as if we were going to be able to go back there. But still, she's a woman, and people are acting like just because she's a woman, she has no idea what life is. She's just silly, and she could be mistaken 200 plus times. This dude has a lot less that they stole from him, but I think both of them should get a heavy settlement, because regardless, they have more money. You don't know how the court system works. More money, easier to get off, because like I said in one of my previous videos, Lori Loughlin, she went to prison, but like, hey, she's rich. It's going to be a lot easier for her. She's not sitting up where just a regular humbum would be sitting up in prison. But I digress from that. Like I said, I hope she gets a large settlement, as they use the last showcase for RE and any post possible to flex how much money they're getting from Village. Like, Village is such a great game. Like, it's really not. I've got videos on that too if you want to go see it. Let's talk about E3, shall we? Supposedly, it's going to be on the 12th, and Resident Evil Village has been confirmed as a topic, which could only mean one thing, honestly. It's DLC. It's DLC. If it's anything else, it's going to be Verse. Verse is going to be confirmed when that's going to be out. But all I know is I bought Resident Evil Village Deluxe Edition. The DLC should be free to me. Because that trauma pack isn't worth diddly squat. The trauma pack is something I could have bought for in-game currency from the Duke. And also, why didn't they give me extra food and stuff and meat? How come there was no meat in the trauma pack? Because meat is mechanic. You have to use meat in order to make food, in order to make your health go up higher. I didn't have enough meat at the time because I wasn't looking for pigs and chickens running around. You can only find it in like certain areas. You didn't find a pig in Heisenberg's factory, which we spent most of the game in. This game forces you to have to replay it over and over again, even though it's boring for the most part. It's a good game. It's a good game, but it's not a good Resident Evil game, nor is its story compelling or anything like nuance. Like, it's not spectacular, honestly, for y'all to be bragging about how much money you're making from it. I didn't even get RE Verse at launch, so I literally only bought Deluxe Edition to bypass buying any planned DLC. If it's not free to me, I'm not getting it. And I'm going to make a big stink out of the fact that I didn't get anything from the Deluxe Edition. I don't consider the trauma pack getting anything, because guess what? I didn't use those freaking things that are dangling from your gun that makes it look stupid. The trauma pack I used in the first part of the game, like, because it's there. Why not? I don't have to buy anything. It's just healing items and some ammo, I think. I can't remember what it was even in there. It's just crap that you can literally get in the game. Crap that the Duke sells to you for in-game currency. I bought for like $20 more. So yes, the DLC should be free to me. It should be free to me and everybody who bought Deluxe Edition. If the DLC is free to me, I'll stream it on Twitch in my Game Plus playthrough as well, whenever I figure it out. Because I haven't even touched that game since I finished it, because it's just like, I'm so disappointed. Like, I'll talk about all that in a second. In regards to what content I believe they'll add, I think we're getting something like RE2 remake, Survivors, or Ghost Survivor DLC or whatever. Because the voices of Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters, excluding Cassandra, my very favorite, may she rest in peace, have been doing a lot of public/virtual appearances using their voices. So I think that it's basically publicity. I think they're doing that for publicity. It's not a bad thing. Like I said, we live in a capitalist society. If you don't do publicity, you don't do anything. You die, literally. You have to keep going. And no one wants to hear that dude that plays Chris, because Chris sounds like Carlos. It's super jarring. Like I said, I don't understand what they were going for that. Yes, Chris is just regular white guy voice, but it's just like, even dude on Resident Evil Code Veronica, he sounds nothing like Roger Craig Smith. Absolutely nothing. And I could still say that that was Chris Redfield. Roger Craig Smith does not have a monopoly on Chris Redfield's voice, nor does DC Douglas have on Albert Wesker. They're just one of the most successful voice actors to take the role and understand the role. I don't understand how they treated DC Douglas the way he was, but any humbum off the street that has a voice in their throat can come on the street and just play these characters that have been in canon for years. They told DC Douglas to voice match, but they didn't tell this dude to voice match Chris. He didn't even try. He just sounds like Angry Carlos. He sounds like Javier. He didn't do anything different between those three characters. And not Javier from Operation Javier, but Javier from A New Frontier, The Walking Dead Telltale games. If y'all literally, please, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe anything else, if you don't believe in Santa Claus, if you don't believe in the Easter Bunny, if you don't believe in the Tooth Fairy, believe in this. He did nothing different to make those three characters that he's known for. He did nothing different between those three characters. I don't understand. The dude that plays SpongeBob did something different to play SpongeBob versus Ice King from Adventure Time. You can tell they're the same person, but they're not the same character. That's the difference. Voice acting, you have to act. You can't just be a voice. You have to act. You have to. Or else what's the point? DC Douglas he's really opinionated. He's an ally. I would consider him an ally. He was treated that way. Like, they didn't want him to be whatever he was going to bring to the table. They said, you voice match this dude. You voice match it. And he got the part because he did what was required of him. They did not require this man to sound anything like Chris Redfield. They didn't require him to. Even the people who have played Leon, they knew the assignment. These mistakes aren't just because of casting director mistakes, hiring mistakes when it comes to the voices. There's also designer mistakes. Like, what was that Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 7? Please, what was it? In Revelations, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine look just fine. What was wrong with using that Jill Valentine for Resident Evil 3 Remake, just making her look younger? I personally am fine with what Jill Valentine looks like in the remake. I'm fine with it. It's fine. I'm glad that Carlos actually has some kinky curly hair because he's ethnic and not just looking crazy like a crack addict, barely wispies. But honestly, I don't consider Resident Evil 2 Remake to be a good representation because Claire and Leon both have issues regarding their appearance. I don't understand why you guys can't just draw the same or find someone who can. But besides that, the voices are just like, okay, whatever, because they're a lot younger. I can accept it halfway. I can't accept this new Chris Redfield's voice at all. I can't. It's just something that I can't do. And I've given you guys the reasons why. But honestly, I digress. The DLC has to have something to do with Lady Dimitrescu because literally the game was sold on her back. They literally pimped the crap out of Lady Dimitrescu for her to not even be a part of the final sequence. Is an insult to the woman who mocapped her and the woman who voiced her. I feel terrible for both of them because they didn't get, and I feel bad for all the lords actually. Because people love to complain about how big or small a game is. If someone complains about how long the game is, people are still going to play. If they're real gamers, they're still going to finish the game, all right? I finished the game and I didn't like it. I finished the game. I hated Heisenberg's Factory. I finished the game. If your game is too short, that is the problem. Because people are going to finish the game regardless of how big or small it is. So you need to not just cram everything in and then give yourself a timestamp and be like, okay, we're going to take this out. You guys really so desperately want to be Call of Duty, but you can't do it. You can't make your characters have a head when they're third person, even though you did that with Chris. Chris has a head and a body and a model with a face. But for some reason, y'all can't do that with Ethan Winters, while Call of Duty can do that for every character that is playable. You guys can't get the logic correct on how a gun moves while you're in first person, the way Call of Duty does. And above all, you don't have the skill nor passion to put out a good game every year. You don't have that. You don't have that ability. Stop rushing these Resident Evil games so that you can have a Resident Evil game each year. And you shouldn't have to. Stop stealing. Stop taking from other people's stuff. Like, honestly, just stop. It's getting old. It's really getting old. Make your own stuff. Everything you guys are doing, it's insane. You guys are freaking insane. All your problems would really go away if you would just hire fans. Hire fans. No consultants, none of that free crap business. Oh, well, the rewards you get is dealing with us. No, the reward I get needs to be some cash. The reward I need to be getting for my work is cash in this capitalist society. All right? Give me money for it. Give whoever you're going to pay to help you guys out money for it. Because fan fiction is looking a lot better than what you guys are actually putting out, honestly. To be quite frank with you. But honestly, the Lords really do need DLC, and it's horrible because I hate DLC where it's just like, it's adding what should have been in the main game. We shouldn't be getting this crap that should have been in the main game. Like, the best DLC I can think of is the DLC for Skyrim. If you guys know Skyrim has Hearthfire, which is separate from the main storylines and everything that you get from the main game. Skyrim is huge on its own, but adding these DLCs, because guess what? Gamers finished the game. Gamers finished every quest and side quest in the game, and they still wanted more despite how big Skyrim was. So they still finished the game, and they still wanted DLC. So Hearthfire introduces creating a house and adopting children, whatnot. Dragonborn gave you a whole new place to explore. Dawnguard gave you another whole new place to explore and more vampire mechanics. Those are DLCs. They can stand alone. They don't need the main story to function. Those three are the best DLCs because they add to the game without having to take from the game and siphon it in order to function. When RE9 came out for Kingdom Hearts 3, I was so appalled because they're not only are they making you replay parts of the game that you've already played, but they're adding things that should have been in the main game. Remind me why I should still care. That's why I say that, because Remind was so dumb. Why should I still care at this point? And that was a game I didn't finish. I didn't finish Kingdom Hearts 3 because I'm not wasting my time. Y'all, like I said, y'all did the Lords dirty when this is a new thing. There's so many new things that are coming with these new Resident Evil games. It's new that Chris is incompetent and a loser. That's a new thing, like I've said in previous videos. Another new thing is killing off your villains every single game. Wesker stayed for like 5 or 6 games, including Resident Evil 0 and the one he died in. He stayed for like 6 or 7 games. But now all of a sudden, you can't have villains outlive their story that they were introduced in. Why? Get better writers. Do better. Hire me. Got a lot of ideas. Hire better writers. Because the story was a crap fest. Crap show. And then at the end, like, we don't know the main antagonist. We only seen her like twice. And then the old lady, if the old crone was Mother Miranda, why was she acting like she didn't know anything? And why was she using Mother Miranda in the third person? Like, people who want to defend this game to the death for some reason will probably tell me, oh, well, it's because she didn't want him to know. But it makes no sense. In context, it makes no sense, honestly. Because she's acting as if she's a different person. You can't make someone dum-dums to make the plot work. It's not clever. It's dum-dums. Honestly, I hope we get DLC worth the deluxe edition. We need to collectively make a stink if the DLC is not included in deluxe edition, so they stop doing that. We stopped Xbox from increasing gold to 120 because we're like, what's the point? You guys are giving us nothing. PlayStation is better because we can cook chicken in PlayStation. Like, we can do everything. We can literally do everything but take a shower with PlayStation. And Xbox does nothing. We get nothing for free. Like, they get to play online for free. We have to pay to get online, to play with our friends that could be down the street. We have to pay. Not only do we have to pay for the actual system, that's like half of $1,000, but we have to actually pay for every single game. And then, we get some free games, right? I haven't got a free game from Gold in 6 months. Every 6 months, y'all got a decent game that is old, that no one plays anymore. So what's the point of playing online? That's what you guys do. You guys don't give good games for Gold for free. You give disgusting boo-boo garbage trash games that no one ever played to begin with. And then when you do give us a good game, it's a game that's so outdated that no one's playing anymore. If it is an online option, we can't play it. Like, how dare you guys give that stupid wrestling game for free, and then the online is deactivated because no one plays it? What's the point? I was 2 seconds away from just throwing my Xbox out the freaking window and getting a PlayStation. That's where I'm at. What's the freaking point? I thought we were going to turn into Xbox Net or whatever, and you guys were going to make movies or something. I thought you guys were going to make it worth something. You're not making us want to stay here. And then your crap is always going down. People talking about Xbox Live is down. If we're paying for this, what's the point of us paying for it if you guys aren't going to have it up 100% of the time? It going off once a year is better than going off like every month. It goes trending because people can't get on Xbox Live. Stuff that we're paying for, we can't do it. The PlayStation players got everything under the sun for their crap. I'm done talking about that. Let's talk about these Resident Evil 9 leaks. So these leaks have come out about Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 9. So I already talked about the ending in my video, my post-play video, I do believe. It was dumb to do a time jump. And now it's downright idiotic with context. So the time jump supposedly was to mimic Pirates of the Caribbean's ending. You know, when Elizabeth Swan was on the thing waiting for what's-his-face to come back from the ocean, and she had a son. Like, I'm so sick of these stupid things where the woman's left with a baby to raise on her own. Literally, it's so annoying. Literally, take the whole story and throw it into the ocean. Let it drown. Watch it drown and smile. Because I am so sick of these leaving women barefoot and pregnant stories. It's getting really old. Just because we have ovaries and whatnot, like, doesn't mean I'm like, this is so heartwarming to me. It was disgusting when I saw it, and it's disgusting to even think about it again. First off, with this Pirates of the Caribbean ending, Capcom, stop using other people's movies and stuff and greatness, other people's work. Be original, honestly. I know you're known for it by now, but really, someone's getting lazy. Second of all, I like the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but they aren't the best movies to be taking inspiration from. So, like, stick to your genre at the very least. You're getting out of your genre even. Here's the information I got for RE9. It's supposedly, basically, Revelations 3. It's got Chris, Jill, Claire, and Leon. After the events of Revelations 2. Literally, it's literally Revelations 3. You guys are so off. Someone's on crack. Someone is at the top smoking crack daily, saying, yep, this is good. This is great. When Alex Wesker pulls a Ruvik, and I literally looked online, guess what? Another thing. The Evil Within, a lot of people love to say The Evil Within took from Revelations 2, and I thought that myself until I noticed that The Evil Within, a very good game that I highly recommend to anyone who wants to play a good survival horror game without merchants and whatnot, good enemies, a good time. It was done 4 months before Revelations 2 came out. So who is the one who stole from who? So yes, Alex Wesker did pull a Ruvik because Ruvik was first. She swapped her consciousness with Natalia, whatever that girl's name. I don't care. I don't care. Could care less about this girl. I care less about her than Ada Wong. Ada Wong has earned her right to be called a Resident Evil character. They just been doing her wrong. Like, she's gonna wear some dress out where Las Plagas can squirm up there. It's because she's Asian. Don't talk to me. If she were black, y'all probably would have given her an afro too. I can't. Cannot. I will not. I won't. Back to what I was saying. Natalia Burton, because I guess Barry adopted her. Claire is some sort of teacher, which is odd and annoying because she has combat training firsthand and technically has antibodies of like at least 3 different types of viruses. They should all be in a retirement home for survivors and away from the mass population. With all that, Capcom has no idea what chronological order means. Literally. Resident Evil 9 is to be a direct sequel to Revelations 2, while Revelations 2 has 0 connections with Revelations 1. Why did Resident Evil 7 take this Revelations-like detour, but still had the audacity to take up a spot in the main storyline? The freaking audacity. The mitigated gall. Disgusting. And y'all just sitting here like with a smile on your face like, yeah, this is great. Like, no, it's not. We need to call Capcom out now more than ever. They need to feel it. They need to feel it from all angles. They need to feel it from this girl that's saying that they stole all her stuff, from that dude that's from Frankenstein's army, everywhere, freaking everywhere. E3, they need to hear it too. While it's streaming, y'all need to talk to them. Be like, hey, this isn't good. Y'all need to get it to freaking together. And this DLC better be free with Deluxe Edition. What was the point of Deluxe Edition? I just paid $20 more for no reason. I didn't even get freaking Verse at launch. People, yeah, Verse is free, but guess what? It's another game. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, you could say anything's for free at this point. You could say that crap that I could have got with in-game currency was for free because in-game currency is free. But let me tell you guys what could happen. This whole situation with these Resident Evil games can easily be fixed. Easily be fixed with remakes. This problem, this chronological order thing can easily be fixed with remakes. So let's go down the road, shall we? Resident Evil 0 through Resident Evil 3 are fine chronologically. Not story-wise, not the remakes. Just chronologically, they are fine to stay as is. Resident Evil 4 should be Resident Evil Code Veronica because it literally takes place 3 months after the Raccoon City incident, while what we're supposed to call Resident Evil 4 takes place a solid 6 years after the Raccoon City incident. If Resident Evil 4 is Code Veronica, original Resident Evil 4 would be the new Resident Evil 5, which should be Operation Javier, so we can formally meet Krauser before he dies, and the time jump wouldn't be so jarring. Leon's story, told in the original RE4, could be the new Resident Evil 6, which doesn't need to be changed, whatever, for all those people who like it. It just changes numbers, okay? It just changes placement. The original RE5 could be the new RE7 with no change except Wesker succeeding. Like I said in one of these videos about Resident Evil, go look on my Resident Evil playlist, which will be linked in the description. What we consider Resident Evil 5, which I would consider the new Resident Evil 7, should have been like pre-Endgame. It should have been basically Infinity Wars, where like Wesker succeeds and Chris is like calling up every person that he's ever talked to, and Jill's like calling up every person she's ever talked to. Barry, Sherry, Terry, Mary, every person that they've ever talked to. Rebecca Chambers, they call every single person that's alive to come back. Carlos, literally, Carlos would come back. Literally. Chris would go to wherever the bomb was going to go to. I can't remember where he was trying to do the global saturation. I don't remember where he was going with that, but that's where they would go with, like, they would figure it out, and they would have to figure out what to do with the world after Wesker did that thing and did that whole global saturation whatnot thing. Maybe something happened to where it was only one part of the world, and that's where the next Resident Evil would take place. The original Resident Evil 6 could be the new Resident Evil 8, with Chris and Sheva as one group. Claire and Leon would unite just like they did in 2. Jill and Carlos would unite just like they did in 3. And if you freaking must have this stupid lunatic freaking loser, Barry. I mean, I'm fine with Barry. Barry's cool. Barry's whatever. But honestly, if you must put this fool up in here, Barry can go in there with Sherry. Y'all love to give him pseudo surrogate children despite him already having a child. So if you don't want to have Moira on his team, it can be Sherry. If y'all must have Sherry, honestly. I really didn't like Sherry. I don't care about Sherry. Sherry's not like the best. She's just like one character that survives. It's like whatever. The way I feel about Sherry is the same way everyone else feels about Billy. I think Billy is more of a character than Sherry is. And it's just like, okay, whatever, Sherry. Just because we played as her in the remake don't mean she's like the best character to come back. Like, I don't know why she came back in the original Resident Evil 6. Why? Who said that they wanted a grown-up Sherry? Who? Y'all just ran out of ideas when I've got plenty of ideas. And I don't even work for you. How sad is that? How do you feel? Honestly, there could be a bonus or DLC if you must do a DLC that was supposed to be something that was in the game already. Rebecca and Billy could unite again. Really? I'm serious. Revelations 1 goes unchanged with Revelations 2. I'm not going to talk about Revelations 2 because I already made a video about how the story was whack. If you want to see it, it's in the Resident Evil playlist. Let's talk about what really destroys this whole timeline. I don't know why you guys gave Resident Evil 7, 8, and now 9 numbers when they had to do with Ethan. I don't know. He just died, so he's probably not going to have anything to do with 9. If the leaks and what they said were true about how they just wanted to give closure, like on Pirates of the Caribbean's whatever. Disgusting, by the way. It's whatever, honestly, with that. The original RE7 and RE8 should be scrapped. Total trash. Destroyed. Demolished. Burned. Broiled. Fried. Eaten. Diarrheaed. Thrown down the toilet. Or, if you guys must have Ethan in your life, if there's like this small any tiny bit of people who like Ethan, how about you just make it into separate stories? Separate from the main line. And also, how about you put it in with, like, let's just say Resident Evil 7 was happening around the same time Resident Evil 3 was going on, or 4. At the most 4, not 5 or past that. It shouldn't be when all of our characters that we love are old and crusty. It should be during, like, they're timeless. Y'all literally keep changing the voice actors, and if you weren't going to keep the same voice actors and you didn't think that they were getting old or whatever, why are you making them old in the game? That defeats the purpose of getting younger voice actors. Why are you so dum-dums? But I'm done. That's how I would save this, because honestly, you guys need saving. You do need saving. You need better writers. You need better everything. You need people who actually care about the work that they're making. Better people hiring people. Like, honestly, Lady Dimitrescu's voice, literally, Moreau's voice was great. It would have been nice to actually gotten more of Beneviento, honestly. She only gets to say 2 words, and she's not even the voice of Angie, so why did you even make her, why'd you make her a separate character? Why'd you make her a separate character? Why didn't you? I'm done. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this current events. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. I do hope to get a lot more. I'm so happy to be a part of the Resident Evil community. And I'm going to keep talking about Resident Evil. I'm either going to watch E3 or I'm going to like see it somehow. But I'm telling you right now, I promise you, you guys are going to hear the explosion. If the DLC isn't free with Deluxe Edition, you guys are going to hear boom outside and you're going to be like, wow, what was that? And your house is going to shake for a little bit. Don't be worried, because that's just me flipping out.